Hi, and welcome to another Type with me. In today's video, I want to talk about Langchainjs prompt principles. It's very interesting to learn on Langchainjs, but it's also interesting to see how you can, perform your prompt and what you can do with these prompts, right? How you can tailor them so that a large language model can send you the right responses. So if you look into Twitter, we see here a post of the developer relations advocate of OpenAI, and he says that many believe prompt engineering is a skill one must learn to be competitive in the future. Well, the reality is that these AI systems will become better in communicating with other humans. So, of course, the best skill that you can learn is to be a better communicator with human general intelligence in your day-to-day life. So again, it's great for now, but if AI goes more and more towards AGI, well, prompting is not really a skill that needs to be learned, right? But okay, it's for now still something very valuable, and it's interesting to get some kind of prompt principles with you, right? Right, so I prepared a little bit of a Jupyter notebook, and in the first one, I'm just going to import our prompt template and our chat Olama. Then I'm going to instance state chat Olama. I'm going to ask chat Olama to tell a story or a joke about beers. And here it is. It tells me a story about beers. And yeah, the first big prompting that's interesting to go for is the one that you have right here, right? So we have a text and we want to summarize that text. Well, what you could do is just say like, hey, I just create some kind of a text. Then you say summarize the text delimited by double quotes. Again, something that you could also say as a task towards a human, right? And you want it into a single sentence. So again, going after that, then you see here that it has created a single sentence with some commas in. It's a big sentence, right? So again, you also can say, I want to have a single sentence. Try to really make it small with these amount of words or something like that. And then, of course, large language model can take that into account as well, because yeah, your task or your command was just like, hey, I want to have a sentence and how many words are in there or whatsoever. Yeah, that doesn't matter that much, but it's important to really specify and make it clear what you want, right? So ask for a structured output and generate a list of 3 made up book titles along with their authors and genres. Provide them in JSON format with the following keys. So if you do that, again, it takes a while before you get an answer. So if you really want to generate some random books, for example, yeah, you could use this kind of a format and you have that in JSON and you can use it in there, but take into account that it can take a while. Next one is ask the model to check whether conditions are satisfied. So we have here a text. We say here, hey, we prepared a cream using an electric mixer, blah, blah, blah. So it is a text with a lot of steps, right? Then you ask, you will be provided with text delimited by triple quotes. That is indeed the case, but I'm maybe just going to put like double quotes. And I'm just going to make it like this, right? If it contains a sequence of instructions, rewrite these instructions in the following format. Step 1, step 2, towards step n, and n is the number sequence of the steps. If the text does not contain a sequence of instructions, then simply write no steps provided. Of course, we ask the model to output this. Then you see here step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. We have step n, use shifter, and that's a little bit strange. He doesn't understood well what step n is. Step n is of course the last step, right? That's a little bit strange. Another thing that you then maybe could do is say like, hey, maybe we're just going to remove it, and I'm going to remove that last step. Or maybe say, yeah, just do it like this. Just curious, because this is something, yeah, you need to tailor, you need to look into it. What could it be? And experiment a little bit with it. But for example, this model is better with saying step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, and not have step n at the end, because he doesn't know what step n is, even if you just explain to him that step n is just the latest one, right? But okay. Few shot prompting. Your task is to answer in a consistent style. You can say a child, teach me about patience, and then teacher, slow down, learn to distract yourself, and then a child, teach me about resilience. If we execute this one, and this one was for me a very interesting one, right? Because it really is going to shape yourself a little bit of a story. So I got a story here. A child, teach me about resilience, please. Then you have a teacher, of course, my dear. Resilience is like a superpower. And that helps you bounce back from challenges and sit back. First, let's practice some deep breathing exercise together and take a slow, steady breath. You can think of any situation that's causing you stress or anxiety. And remember, whenever you're feeling overwhelmed, just remind yourself that you're strong and capable. So that's really nice, right? Because here now, are you ready to get started and build your resilient superpower? So a great a great take on what we asked for, right? So specify the steps required to complete a task. So we have here a story, and then we say perform the following action. Summarize the following text with one sentence. Then second one that we ask is translate the summary into Dutch. Then third is list each name in the Dutch summary, and then output a JSON object that contains the following. Of course, here we say text, and then we have double quotes, and then our text. So again, you can instruct a model step by step what the actions are that you need to do. And in that regards, it's also like, yeah, prompt engineering is just like writing down clear, very good, understandable actions that a large language model need to do. But if you actually in writing, for example, user stories in an agile context, you also need to write down precisely the steps that a programmer needs to take so that you get a good output, right? Again, I know some programmers also want to be creative, so but maybe the large language model wants to do that as well. But if you really want to have clear outcomes, well, then you need to do it like that. So summary, this is a summary that we have. It's strange because we asked for one sentence and he didn't do that. Summarize the following text with one sentence. Didn't do that. So that's a little bit strange. Dutch translation. So it's a Dutch translation. Names in Dutch are Joe, Jill, and Jack. And then we have our JSON object, right? So you could say then, okay, with one, maybe we need to specify it in words. So again, going to change it again. And now we have one sentence, right? But you need to know that, for example, this could be very interesting if you create a program and you have a prompt and you have some actions and you have just a query that a user can input. You always get this kind of results back. So that could be great because then your application is just going to do this and your end user is just going to see this part of that application, right? So I hope you learned something from it. I hope you found this interesting and that you can do something with this. I think it's an interesting era that we are moving into. I really like the fact that artificial intelligence is coming to us, right? We are using Olama here because for me it's interesting to just test out, for example, Llama and other kind of open source models directly from my computer, but or my PC or my MacBook, right? But you can also use it with ChatGPT. Just connect towards the ChatGPT API, or you could use, for example, Hugging Face. I also hope to create a video in the near future about the Hugging Face and the models that are on there and how to use that. So thank you for watching. Hope you liked it. Please give it a thumbs up if you like it and share this video with your socials. See you next time.